Peggy 12.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our first enemy spotlight. As fun as it is telling you about all the heroes you'll be able to collect, we wanted to mix it up this time and focus on the enemies that you'll encounter throughout the campaign. For this spotlight, I'll be focusing on a desert planet named Scaldron. Most planets have a single primary genesis type, but Scaldron is unique in that it contains enemies from all 5 of the types. This sector of Scaldron is called the Desert Necropolis. The first enemies that you might face are called hoverbots. While alone, these cyber minions are deceptively inert, but when they find others of their kind, they form links made out of laser beams that will damage any hero in the way. They'll then attempt to form a circle of death, with multiple beams slicing through the middle. There are a couple ways to handle these enemies. One is just to take them out one at a time, taking care to always kill the link that will disable as much of the circle as possible. The other is to use an area effect ability like Plasma Column to take advantage of their grouping behavior by killing them all at once. Another minion that you'll find are fast little creatures called novas. These plasma minions have one goal in life: to explode violently. The explosion does no upfront damage, but the burning damage is extremely high for a minion, meaning that there are a couple options. Either you can use a hero like Torque, whose squad ability, Sporogenesis, will cleanse all nearby heroes of all debuffs while also applying a heal over time effect. Or you can simply try to time your switches to clear the burning effect. Remember though that there's a 15-second cooldown on switching, so you'll be vulnerable for a period of time afterwards. The final minion that you'll face in the Necropolis is a quantum enemy called Sinkhole. These creatures use their mastery of gravity to launch projectiles from a floating position at any heroes who venture nearby. In addition, every once in a while they will form a gravity well around themselves, which will pull all nearby heroes and projectiles towards them. During this period they also take greatly reduced damage. The first Lieutenant class enemy that you'll see is the Wraithioid. Their first priority is to apply a powerful buff to nearby DarkSpore, which doubles their energy damage output. Their second is to fire piercing laser bolts that will hit all heroes and pets in a straight line. When fighting these Wraithioids, you'll want to spread out and try to take out the enemies that they've buffed as quickly as you can. You will also find Undermines in this sector. These Plasma Lieutenants aren't very dangerous on their own, but become deadly when part of a large group. Their first ability is to apply a fiery buff to nearby allies that will damage any melee heroes who try to attack them. They can also apply an energy vulnerability debuff to heroes, and lastly, their plasma powers allow them to cause heroes to spontaneously ignite from afar. The easiest way to deal with Undermines is to use a ranged hero to pick them off from a distance before they can cause too much havoc. SRS-42 is a good choice because of his Omni Shield ability, which will clear all negative status effects and make him immune to further damage and debuffs for the next 4 seconds. The last lieutenant you'll encounter in this section of Scaldron is the Acid Shell. This is a bio enemy that is highly energy resistant, meaning that you'll generally want to use melee heroes to attack it. However, when Acid Shell gets to half health, it will withdraw into its shell, becoming immune to physical damage, and begin emitting a poisonous cloud in all directions. At that point you'll want to back up and switch to a ranged character because the energy resistance is gone while it's inside the shell. Another option though is to use Vex and his powerful time-lapse ability, which re-deals all damage that was dealt in the last 10 seconds in the form of energy damage. So you can melee an Acid Shell down to half health, and as soon as it withdraws, hit time-lapse for the instant kill. If you're interested in seeing more, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, DarkSpore Game. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back with more spotlights soon.